What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Jazware's Toys Pokemon Select Series Tyranitar, and I'm so excited to get this guy open. I did open him, that's why the box is all messed up, because I couldn't get him back in the box for some reason, but there's the barcode if you're looking at it. I did not even know that Tyranitar was hitting, but him and Suicune are hitting targets as we speak, so if you're interested in them, I would go check your targets. It is a Target exclusive. It's part of the Trainer Team series. I'm loving this line. I really like this figure. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pop them open. Taking a look at Tyranitar here out of the box. I love him. He's just a silly fella for sure. And I really like that. So taking a look at his goofy head, he looks pretty damn sweet. I really like how this sculpt is so crisp and clean across the whole body. You get very clean paint apps along these little holes in his body. I guess he's supposed to be like Godzilla. That's what I was told. I always pictured him more like an artichoke. I don't know. But I like the little vents on his body. The blue is painted very cleanly with a nice matte finish to contrast along the satin. He's got a nice long tail. This is what makes me think it's like an artichoke. It looks like a bud. Like it looks like he's budding. And I don't know. I love Pokemon, but you do get some nice paint apps back here. All these spikes are just ever so slightly soft and not super pointy. I mean, I wouldn't want to get hit in the head with this thing, but shouldn't be too bad. The paint on the nails on both the hands and the feet look very nice, and he does have great paint apps in his mouth. You get that red border in there, which is nice. But then it's pink. The teeth are painted nicely, and so are the eyes. He's got a little smudging on his head. I'm going to see if I can get that off. But other than that, I mean, the paint is pretty much perfect on this thing. And that's awesome, because a lot of the appeal of this line is not the articulation, is not the accessories. It's the aesthetic and the character selection. And there's really not that many Pokemon that I wouldn't want on the shelf, so getting this is totally okay, especially when it looks this damn good. As far as accessories, he comes with the stand that they all do. His goes... Oh, wait, I think I have it backwards, actually. I don't. Huh. Oh, I guess I just didn't have it in all the way. Which, these stands usually are hard and are, like, heavy enough to hold him. Because he's a heavier figure, but, like... These stands are actually pretty good for what they are. They really are only made for this. Like these usually don't peg into other figures, unfortunately, because I actually like these stands, but I'm not a big figure stand guy anyway, so I'm not really going to be doing much with that, especially for a character like Tyranitar. He's just a little guy. He really doesn't need it. So, yeah, what are you going to do? As far as articulation is concerned, the head's just going to kind of bob up and down a little bit. It's not going to rotate at all. And then his mouth does close, which he looks so goofy with his mouth closed, and I kind of love it, not going to lie. The shoulders are on a ball peg, I think. It's kind of hard to tell what they're on, but they will rotate. And then this cut here is an articulation point, which I think is a little weird because then the shoulders rotate. So this is kind of just a floating cap that I really don't think they needed. The shoulder or the elbows will actually get close to 90, which I was not expecting. Be careful because it can stress the plastic, and like I said, it does rotate there as well. I thought that this whole upper part was going to be a diaphragm joint that would allow him to crunch and maybe even swivel. Unless mine is completely stuck, that is not the case. It is not going to do that. The hips go outwards that far, they go down, and they'll rotate forward and back. And they'll kind of swivel forward and back. I don't know. It's a weird little joint, but it works for what it's supposed to be. And then I like this joint a lot. It like caps into the upper thigh. It just swivel or hinges back and forth. Very smooth. I like that. The ankles are very good. They rotate all the way around. Kind of pivots, but then you get the toe hinge. Not that big a deal. I think the rotation is definitely enough. And then you get a hinge here, does not swivel. Hinge here, does not swivel. And hinge at the end, and does not. This one swivels, actually. My bad. This one does not swivel, and the end one does not swivel. So it's only the middle one does, but that's fine. That's enough for me. So, yeah, I really like it. The only thing I never understand with this line is, like, for joints like this, I don't know why you would just make it a hinge. Like, why not just make it a big ball peg for all of it? Because I would like to kind of get them to the side. I don't know. And same with like the head. Like I feel like it could have been just a ball joint, but they don't do that sometimes. It's just a little odd. But it's Tyranitar. How many poses are you really going to get him in? Especially considering he doesn't come with any effect parts, which I would have liked, but I don't know. I guess they don't. They're very pick and choosy when it comes to giving accessories to this line. I always say within these videos, I'm not sure what scale they're really going for. I really don't care at this point because even the Pokemon don't scale with each other all the time. But here he is next to the NECA Kong along with the Jazware's Fortnite series Peely. Here he is with the 7-inch scale McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman along with the 6-inch Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men series Darwin. And then finally, of course, here he is next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If series Zombie Captain America. So, there are probably a bunch of you out there wondering, yo, Ant, what are your final thoughts on this figure? And I gotta say, I'm pretty damn happy with him. I like Tyranitar a lot, but I don't think he would have been in the top 20 Pokemon that I would have personally asked for. Still having my fingers crossed for Mamoswine, but he's really good nonetheless, and I'm very happy to have him in the collection despite not being one of ones on the top of my list. I think that the paint in Sculpt is pretty much perfect, but it usually is with this line. I mean, they're really good with the paint and Sculpt. The articulation is, for the most part, as good as it can be. I think they should do ball joints in the tails. But I will say that with this line being so successful and, they don't really peg warm for the most part. Like, the waves usually come and go. I think with the success of it, even if you want to increase the line by $1 or $2, I think more effect parts and accessories for this line is starting to become needed. I would really like to see like special moves that the Pokemon do, like in the anime or on the cards. I think that would be super awesome to get that in action figure form. I think the only time I can think about it that they actually did that was with Greninja. And I like those effects. So I think it'd be awesome if they continued that and kept on doing that. But with all that being said, at a price point of $19.99, so it's going to cost you about $22 out the door, I'm going to go ahead and still give this guy an 8 out of 10. I think certain articulation points could be a little bit better, and some accessories would be nice, but overall, he's still an awesome figure. So with all that being said, I believe that's all I got today. If you've not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post a lot on all 3 of those apps. I have a lot of fun, and I'm sure you all will too. But as always, let a brother know. You coppin' Tyranitar. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.